大家都非常担心韩国的经济啊。那么接下来新任总统能够改善韩国经济吗？尤其此时此刻呢，南韩总统大选投票结束，目前正在进行开票。当然呢，我们也晓得呢，这个出口民调目前是由共同民主党李在明是暂时领先的。今天晚上东森新闻独家跟 CNN 合作，要跟 CNN 在南韩的特派记者进行连线，把时间交给 Mike。
Well, we're here in central Seoul in Gwanghwamun Square as part of EBC's coverage of South Korea's election. And earlier tonight, we had the exit polls released, which show a commanding lead for the liberal progressive candidate, Lee Jae-myung, over the conservative candidate, his rival, Kim Mun-soo. So the local media outlets here across South Korea projecting that Lee Jae-myung will be the next president of South Korea. It also pretends changes towards allies in the region, which brings us to China, potential changes, and how this affects Taiwan. So Lee Jae-myung and the progressive, the liberal, democratic side of the South Korean political equation, they have always tried to have favorable working ties with Beijing, warmer than conservative ties in the Conservative Party here in South Korea. So it was interesting, we heard Lee Jae-myung on the debate stage say that if there were some sort of conflict in the region involving China, he wouldn't necessarily automatically side with China or automatically side with Taiwan, but what he would do is choose the best path for South Korea rather than knee-jerk siding with either Taiwan or with China. Interestingly, he gave an interview to Time magazine, and the author of that article for Time magazine asked him what he would do if there were a conflict, if mainland China invaded Taiwan, and he said he seemed to brush it off as an unlikely possibility, saying he would think about what South Korea and what he would do when, paraphrasing him, aliens landed on the Earth. So, remains to be seen how exactly he might pivot for warmer relations with Beijing as he charts a new course for South Korea.